global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. EDO 2020 is getting very close. September 19 is the due date, and the two strong guys, that's the two gubernatorial aspirants, are really logging on very well, as Ize Iyamu is employing all the tactics and all the mind game to see how he can throw not just Obaseki off balance, but even his supporters. He has left them thinking, what's his next step? Now, the news have it that the candidate of the All Progressive Congress APC, Pastor Obaseki Ize Iyamu, has advised Governor Godwin Obaseki to stop campaigning and instead focus on writing his Handover notes, saying, never again will Edo State elevate a man like Obaseki with all his irredeemable flaws and to the exalted position and office of Governor of Edo State. In a statement by the media unit of Pastor Ize Iyamu Campaign Council yesterday, the APC candidate accused his major opponent of being bereft of any other fresh campaign lines, wondering why Governor Godwin Obaseki has, through his overwhelmed media aide, Mr. Krusu Osage, continued to sing the tired lines that his disagreement with Adams Oshimole is because he refuses to be a godson to a godfather. Unfortunately, Governor Obaseki never tells anyone when this realization dawned on him. Is it when he went all out to support the election of Comrade Adams Oshimole as chairman of the APC in the hotly contested National Convention of June 2018, which saw the emergence of Comrade Adams Oshimole as APC national chairman, or when Adams Oshimole refused to use the office to willy-nilly impose Obaseki on the APC in Edo State as a candidate of the party in the 2020 governorship election without a contest? Ize Iyamu added that Obaseki is frustrated that against better judgment and common sense, he had to jump ship to be with strange bedfellows in the People Democratic Party after he was exposed as unfit to secure the nomination ticket of the APC, once again following the monumental revelation of discrepancies in his academic record. Governor Obaseki knows that the ticket of the APC, which he so desperately desired, would have guaranteed him an unearned return to Edo State government house by November 12, 2020, but for his personal failure and his unforgivable hubris. For how can it be that the governor who claimed to have served back in 1980, 40 years ago, under the National Youth Service Scheme, is only just now making futile effort to regularize his credential, including his NYSC certificate, after being exposed as unfit? Or how can one reconcile the strangeness in the fact that a governor cannot still tell us when he graduated from the school he claimed to have attended? One day he says he graduated in 1976, another is 1979, and as at today, he totally fails to tell us which date, the statement added. The statement also wondered how anybody can possibly not question the integrity of a governor who submits a degree certificate to a INEC that's undated and fundamentally different from the one he previously submitted in 2016 in violation of the electoral law of the land. The APC said all of these troubles are sufficient to weigh on the mind of Governor Obaseki for him to resort to desperate language, knowing that the consequence of his irreconcilable records is a resounding defeat come September 19. The APC added that Obaseki already knows that his Obubu Yaya, or the mirage which has defined his MOU government in the last 4 years, underscores by his failure to complete any major road project in Benin metropolis and beyond, or deal with the perennial perennial flood problem in the entire Benin Kingdom and environs. Wow. And this is really a mind game. I see it more as a mind game. They are trying to see how they can distort his mind. Not, but for me, I feel that Obaseki is already a weighty guy when it comes to politics, Edo politics. For you to be able to confront your godfather and throw him off balance, and just your reaction towards him ended up stripping him of his office as the national chairman of APC. I think he has the power, he has the weight to withstand any that this guy is throwing at him. But right now, the problem is actually his supporters. How much love do they have for him to keep him again in office for the next 4 years? The way this guy started, it was very funny. He was telling him, already you have so many things working against you, your academic credential, nothing to write home about. You can't even tell us when you finish from your university, and also complain of his poor performance when he was given opportunity to rule the people for 4 years, that there had been no completed road and all that. All of that is fighting him. So he should just stop all these things he's doing. He should spend his time concentrating in writing his handover note, which will be given out to Ize Iyamu come November 22nd. And guess what? That's really threatening. If you don't have a big heart, you begin to wonder, you begin to cross your T's and begin to dot your I's. But it's not about words, because I believe right now these two guys have gone past that mind game thing. No matter what their media cam is trying to do, I feel that they are on the top. And also, I believe at this point, it's better not to even look at the papers. Just ensure that your strategies are getting strengthened day after day. Don't forget that if we are looking at these two persons who are going to feature, major candidates who are going to feature in the gubernatorial election in Edo State, most people believe that this guy stands a better chance. That Obaseki stands a better chance. But then we know that the Edo people, there's this kind of love that they have for Adam Soshimele. Let's be real, and Adam Soshimele has thrown his weight behind Ize Iyamu, that despite everything he has said, he has now realized that he made a huge mistake to bring in Obaseki. So he's now trying to play on the minds of the people to see how he can, get back their support, so that he can, bring Pastor Ize Iyamu into the position. And for this guy, he has a lot of strategies that he's currently adopting to see how he can win it. And from some one or two interviews that we have seen fairly recently, it's obvious that the people of Edo State seems to be standing on the side of Obaseki. And I feel that they are not really standing on the side of Obaseki because of his superb performance during his last 4 years. After all, we've seen cases come up like the issue of pensioners crying out. Some other group of people also said he has not paid them for, I think, a period of 9 months or so, and all of that. But I think that all of that would have thrown him off balance. But I think what the people are more interested in is to see how the issue of godfatherism can be ended, in the Edo State. Everybody's yearning to see that happen. We don't want to see this guy again rule us by proxy. We want to see someone who can stand his ground and prove to us that Edo State politics does not revolve around a godfather, one person who claims to be all and all for Edo State people. But for me, I think what Ize Iyamu has done, this write-up is a good one, it's a very good one. It's quite threatening, such that if you allow yourself to meditate, for example, if Obaseki reads through this and allow it to meditate, allow himself to begin to meditate on it, it will always, anytime you hear that he has taken another bold step towards discrediting you before the people, what you will hear playing in your mind is, stop campaigning. Focus on writing your handover notes. Stop campaigning. And the next thing he may start doing is to see how he can dot his T's and cross his dot his I's and cross his T's, and try to see how he can cover up some things that he has done and all of that. But I feel that at this point already has so much to use against Ize Iyamu, because if not for anything, 4 years ago we heard what Adam Oshimele said, and it wasn't just one video. It came out in different videos, even if he has said it's not the truth and all of that. But hey, it's true. But then at the same time also, one may be wondering what is giving Ize Iyamu this confidence, or his media people this confidence. And most people believe that this party of Adam Oshimele in rigging election may be what is emboldening him. Yeah, because if you want to look at their antecedent, their track record and all of that, that of Ize Iyamu has already been thrown down the gutter. So he may not really have so much to present before the people. If it is done ideally, most people believe that Obaseki will carry the day. But you know that if this guy throws his weight behind, Adam Oshimele throws his weight behind a man, he will do everything to make sure that the person secures a victory. But at the same time, too, we must not forget that the machinery of governance, of government, is still under the control of Godwin Obaseki. So it depends on how strategic he is, and also on how his campaign team is working. Because if he gets information from the likes of Wike and every other person that is supporting him, get their own idea how they secure victory, I think he will carry the day. But however, let's put our fingers crossed and see what will happen. And I would like to leave it there. Just go to our comment section. Let's talk about this. Focus on this, and focus on this. Let's talk about it, and then